Hi everyone, Holly with Katerie Designs here. Today I thought it'd be fun to show you guys how to create an earring, something unique, using your components, your findings, and some glue, which you guys know I'm not a big fan of. Big fan of where it doesn't belong. So anyways, I've already got one done here, and it's drying, so hopefully I don't mess it up. But you can see how pretty that is going to be, and it's actually going to hang like that. So I'm going to let this dry. So what I have is I have my, get your finding and whatever kind of cabochon or component you have or bead you have that you want to use to glue. Hang on, we're not auto-focusing here. I'll take this back down, and then I can see if it's going to autofocus. These are aluminum roses that I got from the estate sale, and they have no backs on them. You can see they're just really pretty. You saw the ring I made the other day, and I have earrings that match those. So I have my the beads I want to use. I have my components. I have two gold ones. Oops, still not focusing. Sorry, I don't know what's doing that. So I have two gold ones and two silver ones, so they're unique. So they're nothing I make, as you guys know, is exactly the same, with the exception of holiday stuff. Now, for safety, for my beading mats and my desk, I went ahead and took some parchment paper, just because these findings, they have little holes in them. You can see right there, see? And when I put that glue in there, it does come out just a little bit of the back, but because it is the E6000, it's it's very gelatin-like, so it doesn't make a mess. And see if I can get this on there real careful, like, and you can see the back of it's really. Let me see if we can zoom in here. Yeah, the back is really, see, it's not even coming out, but that's also what toothpick's for. And if I need it, you can use a pair of tweezers or whatever you need, or even what do they call these things? A thing they use for the bead, but this won't work with the aluminum one, so I use the scissors if I have to. But I put this one together, and I really didn't have to. But if you need them, that have something around. And how you do that with a pair of scissors, in case you've never done that, you just slightly open them up. You put your bead on there, and then you hang it over the top of that, and you just, well, not like that, but you kind of just, you just let it, the scissors close, and it puts the bead, when you're right over the finding, it lays the bead on there. Anyway, so we can get started. I'm using E6000. It dries fast. It's easy to work with, and if you mess up, it turns into this gelatin like, I would say something else, but it might be it's just real rubbery, and so it's very forgiving. So it's good to use on this. Plus, it doesn't ooze out the back of these things. So I've already got my silver one, so I'm going to go ahead and go with another silver. And I'm just going to put a little dab on there and pull that off. And I'm going to have to put my handy dandy glasses on there, see if you can see. So I can see. And let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm out of frame here. And I'm going to move this around some so it's on the parts I want it on. So that bead will sit in there nice and pretty. And it's going to ooze out the back a little bit, but that's okay. And this is why I like this glue, is because it is very forgiving. And I can move that, see, sorry, I'm off frame again. And let me turn this over. And see how I have that coming out? I'm just going to scrape that off. Like that. Oops, scrape that off. I just scraped it off of there. Okay? And you can even put it back in there if you want to, but I don't want a chance messing up my flower. So I'm just going to push this in there just a little bit more. Put it down on the pad here. Get it where it's straight. Aren't those pretty? So I can take this glue here and put it on the next one. Just kind of move it around. Turn my toothpick to get it off there. And then take some more E6000. I'm not going to put so much on this time. Now, when I put it on there, I'm sorry, and I went out of frame again. It's really hard. I'm trying a new stand, but it's not working very well. When I did this, when I put that glue on there, it scraped up against where I didn't want it. So I'm going to just go move it around to where I want it. Make sure I have coverage. And that's why the parchment paper. And I had the parchment paper, I have it, what do you call it? I took some pins, some, what do you call it? Pins like you use for sewing. See, that came out really nice. That's not really too bad right there, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it off of there. So make sure it's not, and I just move that off of there like that. And it will dry, and I can take the end of this, because I don't like glue showing. It doesn't look professional. Use your fingernail if you want to. This glue, like I said, it is forgiving. And then just put this down here. And it's not dry yet, so it does dry fast, but not that fast. So I could move that on there real nice. Now, I have excesses. I'm going to show you how rubbery this stuff is. At least my stuff is. Maybe my stuff's old, I'm not sure. But that's the only way I've ever seen it come. I just pulled it off of my... You could do that with super glue. Or even Loctite. If you did that, your fingers would be stuck together. So, just move it off there. And my toothpick is clean enough for me to use it again. And it's not on my fingers. See? It's not on there. I do have a little tiny chip in my fingernail, though. Alright, so last one. Just take your E6000, push out a little bit, and then spin it off. So, and take my toothpick and clean that off. And then a little excess. Now this has got a little flyaway on it. Like what do you call that? Like you get at a fair. It's got a little flyaway. So we're just going to move this around. Sorry, out of frame. And it's move this in here. See if I'm in here. Now this one, the glue has gotten away from me over here. So I'm just going to move that off there. And as this dries, this glue will let me basically just scratch it off and it'll flake away. Like rubber. And I even got a little hair. Oops, that wasn't enough glue on there. See, I had it turned upside down too long and my bead just fell off. So I can take this thing and just scoop that out of there. Scoop all that old stuff out of there. See? And put it off on the paper. Scrape. And see how forgiving, see I'm going off camera here, how forgiving this is going to be right here. It's hard for me to see, I'm trying not to get my face in the camera. Clean that off. And then scrape that piece. You want to clean it up if you mess up. And it's good to, I'm glad that I messed up because then you can watch me. I'm trying to, like I said, there's new sand. I can't see what I'm doing. See, and just get that stuff off there. Okay. And just spin that on there. Because we want the back to be look nice too. Let's see. I'm going to put this on pause and clean this up for a minute, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, and I'm back. Okay, so I went ahead and put that in a cleaner so I can clean it off, and I just got a new one, so I wouldn't have to waste any more time. So let's try this again. So, and you can clean them off, it just takes a while, and I don't want to waste time doing that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and put this on here. See. Yep, it just went right through my finger. Today is not my day. I just use my finger on there. It's fine. I don't have to now spread that out with my finger. I just put my finger on that. It'll come off in just a minute. And I'm just going to push this in there so it's nice and firm. And then I'm going to take my toothpick and rub that off there. And then I'm going to just push this down here and let that dry. And then I'm going to get this off my finger. So let me put this on pause again so I can do that. Okay, and I'm back. So I let these dry for a few minutes, and I went and got some jackets. These are just shepherd's hooks, fish hook, whatever you want to call it. These are the gold tone, and then these are the ones that are silver tone. So you're just simply, on this one, it has little holes already in the top of it. So I'm just going to put it through that little hole. It just slips on like that. And then I need to make sure I close this, and hang on, I got the wrong tool. On this one, because they're so delicate, I want to use a flat tip just to push it back down where it was. And just do it really careful so you don't bend it. Or you want to bend it, but you don't want to smush it, that's what I mean. And then, so you see? And that's one. Okay, and so I'm going to open up my little hole here, and this one's actually a little bent. So the flat tips are really good for that. So, and I'm going the opposite direction of the hole. That does matter which direction you put that in, because this is going to go into the ear like this, and it'll hang like this. And so I move the ball down and hold it with my fingernail and the coil so I can push this back down. Now you got to do it really, really gently but firmly, and gently because you don't want it going the opposite direction, and you don't want to bend your finding. So they have a little pair of tweezers pliers I can use to do that with these, but they never seem to make the hole the right way for me, and I prefer to use a flat tip. And look how pretty those are. Let me see. Zoom in on those. I am having a bad camera day, guys. There we go. That came out really pretty. And this is not going to stay. Let me zoom back out and see if there we go. Now I'm going to do the same thing for these silver ones. Only to open this up, because this hole is so small, I'm going to have to use the needle nose. And just open it up just enough to get it in there. Slide it on. Now, I could use the needle nose to put it back on there, but again, like I said, I prefer to use this because for whatever reason, it actually keeps the shape much better by doing it this way. See? That's all pretty. Except for, guess what I did? I put it on backwards. Let's see, when your earring on there backwards. So I gotta open it up again. See? It's okay to make mistakes. You learn from them, and it just teaches you to be patient with yourself. Because these go on like this, and they're the opposite. The other side opened from the front, this opens from the back, so they're a different type of earring jacket, different manufacturer. So, and I'm just going to take this and press it down to where it meets, so I keep the shape, try to keep the shape. I need to pull my coil out of the way. There we go. And then make sure that it's flat. And just look how pretty, and this looks like an antique. The new antique. And these actually were designed to have little beads put in them, but I like the way it made it look, because it looks like an antique, like it's got a little bit of patina on it, and I just like it as it is. So open up your hole. Now remember, this is the back of the earring, so we want to put it on this way so we don't have to do that again. And then I'm going to come in with my flat tip, and I'm just going to close that hole up. And there we go. Very pretty. So, and that literally took about 15 minutes in total. I had to stop and pause, and I had to clean some glue, which caused some problems. But really, in total, this is 18 minutes so far, but talking and fiddling in between. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you go on to Katerie Designs Facebook page, give the group page and the official page a like. You'll be entered in to win that beautiful African turquoise set. If you do, we're still trying, we're slowly and steadily getting there to get to 150 likes, and then we'll do the drawing. Also, if you check out my other video with the green flower Swarovski bracelet, if you count the number of times that my fire alarm, my smoke alarm goes off, you'll be entered to win anything that you want as far as rings go on the Katerie Designs webpage or Facebook page. So I hope you enjoyed this, and y'all have a blessed day.